All right, Gemini. Okay, so I feel like, this is the heart of this reading, and I'm going to start here. Although I feel like it really ties in with this Five of Swords, right? Because we have the 5 to the 6. And I feel like, there's been like this major shift in the past. And of course, this is Venus in Aquarius. And I do see love as a kind of partnership as an underlying kind of energy here. It's not the major, but I mean, like I see, we've got 2 cats here, 2 birds here in the Strength card, right? 2 cats, 2 birds. We have 2 turtles here. And the King of Cups. Was there something else? The 2 geese here, right? And the subconscious. This one will come up later again. So I feel like in the subconscious, at least, right? And we've got the couple here with the 7 of Cups. So I definitely feel like, and these guys are partners for life, I mean. And we see them showing up here and here in the future as well. And you're riding this into the future. These are like, this is like the shadow. You might have even been triggered in the past by something, right? Because we've got Earth School, Soul Growth, Study, Higher Learning. And we have this 6 of Swords here. We've got the 5 crows here. So it's showing up again, right? This, which I don't see the crows as necessarily shadow, but kind of getting that message here. And you're kind of, it's like it's been happening so much, right? And we're feeling this transition from, this is Capricorn moving into Aquarius, right? We're feeling that transition happening. And, yes, there's still lots of growing to do, and you're doing it during this period, but I feel like it's starting to smooth out. You're starting to move through these lessons a little bit easier. And you're making plans, right? You're making plans for the future because we have this, and you're very much, this higher learning, life lessons, soul growth. There's very much this, and this is like spirit here, right? You're riding on spirit and you're very connected to spirit. And there is something brewing, right? And I feel like you're definitely aiming towards that because we have, lost lands here, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. And the King of Pentacles. We see this dragon at the bottom of this trunk, right? And once again, I was seeing this as like that egg, that cosmic egg, that connection with spirit. This is like old earth energy, and you're like being infused with it, and you're very grounded at the same time, right? Taking that energy, it's like coming down here, right? And, this is part of the plan, this acorn, this seed. You're making these plans. And even though you might feel kind of new, right? This bear is kind of like, waking up. Oh, beautiful. We've got buffalo underneath that. And this is about being connected with spirit, but also being grounded at the same time. So that's definitely going along with this theme. So even if you feel like you're new at this, right? This old King of Pentacles energy here, this old earth energy, you're going to be downloading information. Yeah, I see this as being kind of the cosmic egg, right? That this lion is protecting as well. And they're holding seeds, right? There's like there's definitely eggs, seeds, right? Waiting to be planted. They're being protected, right? I feel like this definite protection throughout this time period. So this is what's going on in the subconscious. And we have diving deep. And you all have got this here before, I think. So it continues, right? This share your song. And, it's like subconsciously you've kind of closed off your heart. I think you're searching for the answers still, but there's like, this, I get, when I see that whales and such, I think of the dolphins, soulmates as well. And, you've taken your heart out and hung it up on this tree. It's like, you're searching for your inspiration, what drives you, and your higher self has found it, right? That's this little hummingbird, because look here, the hummingbird is moving towards the heart here, and look, there's the hummingbird with the heart in its chest, coming to save you, right? Your higher self is going to come to you in the future. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But, this is, and this tuning in, right, going within, finding the calm, which is, you've kind of done that in order to find your calm. But you're also, your higher self has the heart. It knows what's going on, right? But if you are connecting with spirit, right, that's your conscious action, and you're also doing it below. But you're also hiding certain things from yourself, right? All right. So, this is the judgment here in the air element. I feel like, it's so clear. I feel like you've got a clear mind during this time period. You're hearing the call, right? And you're making judgments about what to bring into the future, right? With this Lady of the Harvest and Fairies of the Future, right? What needs to go? What's coming with you? You're making those judgments, and you're making them with this higher self, right? This is like, because this Judgment card, it's like just so connected with spirit. And any judgments that you make at this time, it's like with the higher self. It's like you're infused with spirit, and this very clear, very spiritual higher judgment. With this strength card in the earth element, I'm, getting that, you're having strength to face those, triggers, right? These life lessons, these things that are occurring, because there's a cat wanting in. Let me pause. It's snowing outside, so I didn't want to leave her there. Okay. So yeah, because the devil with the Seven of Pentacles came out, right? And strength is facing the devil. It's funny, the reason that I'm thinking this might have been a trigger is because it's right there, right? And the other day I got triggered, and I do a little reading at the end of the day, and I was actually using this deck to do it. And it says something to think about from the day, right? And I got the devil. And then it says how you could have been more mindful. And I got strength there. And when I got triggered, I didn't face the trigger, right? I got mad, and I went upstairs and avoided the trigger. And it was saying I should have faced it. I should have, instead of going and hiding and facing it. Yeah, and we're all going to have those moments, right? So don't judge yourself too harshly if you don't, right? If you're like me and you run, you're going to look at it, and the next time around, you'll use your strength and face it. So, yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. And then we've got, it looks like it's going to be an emotional second week for you, right? And this is, Pluto. This is that Venus energy. That's what's, we've got, for some reason, I keep on thinking Taurus is conjuncting Black Moon Lilith. And I feel like that's probably making some aspects along the way, because I just feel like, this can be about lust and passion, right? And we've got all of these indicators that there's love, at least going on in the subconscious, if not on the surface. But I feel like you're handling it pretty well, right? We've got the King of Cups here in your water element, and I'm seeing you as, and he's like looking at this seahorse, and there might be some communication, there might be something that's going on, right? This might be part of the trigger, and I just see you studying it, like you're studying your emotions. There's like all this king energy, but I really feel like it's you. The kings have been coming up like crazy here lately, and I think that with Chiron going direct this week, see, those triggers are coming up for healing, because Chiron is the wounded healer. Black Moon Lilith, right? She is kind of someplace where the shadow feminine that needs to be healed. And Aries, Mars and Aries, it's starting to really gain some momentum now. And so that king energy, which is still, we're still making plans for the future, right? Aiming high. And I love that. I love that here. All right. And I almost feel like this is, there's an allusion to a couple, but I feel like this is, your masculine and your feminine, right? Your feminine is like, this is what I want. And the masculine is saying, okay, this is how I'm going to make it happen, right? And yes, dream big, but take the small steps. But I don't see, this is the action. This is your spiritual self. So you're visualizing, you're imagining, you're making choices possibly. But there's like this study, right? This study of things, this planning, this, you know, making all the right moves, I want to say, to make your dream a reality, right? This cosmic egg. And it's sitting right over top of this, you know, and it's wrapped around that egg. And I feel like in the future, this is more of an isolation, right? When we really want to dive into, you know, this dive into something, you know, we feel trapped, or we want the solution to a problem. The best way to do it is to isolate yourself, right? And that's what I see you doing here. Connecting with your higher self, right? That higher self that found the heart here. So it's almost like a hermit energy, but more airy. And there's even, look at this. There's the shadow here. Yeah, going in and looking at the shadow, right? These birds, these dead birds here. And they've all died because of not facing the shadows, not facing those triggers, those little, you know, because this isn't real, right? Those little vines wrapping around are see-through.